We began this fall with over 400 NCAA Division III volleyball programs suiting up with at least one common goal. That was to play in Cedar Rapids, Iowa on this final day. We are down to just two teams in contention for the national championship. Your national champions from a year ago, the Eagles of Emory, your number one seed, surviving to this final day as their fans from Atlanta and beyond. Today, challenging them, the only undefeated team left in the country, the Blue Jays of Johns Hopkins, sitting pretty at 34-0. Of course, 35-0 is the ultimate goal for the number 2 seed Blue Jays. There were not many members of these two rosters alive the last time we had an undefeated national champion in Division III. 1999 Central out of Iowa went 41-0. They knocked off Trinity of Texas that year on the campus of Juniata. It was just the second time and most recent time now that we've had an undefeated champ. The first time was Wash U in 1992. Can the Blue Jays become the third in an elite group under a returning head coach in Matt Troy? It's his first year back on campus after he had the reins of the Blue Jays from 2010 to 2012. Obviously, has been a great fit this year. Or will it be a repeat and a third title overall heading back to the Peach State under the guidance of Jenny McDowell? She mentioned before the match when we had a chat, she's wearing the same shoes, the same slacks she wore in Pittsburgh a year ago. It was a superstitious coaching staff for the Eagles earlier today, looking to sit in the same chairs that they were in as they chatted things over before joining their student athletes for the warm-ups. And Emory now 34-2. Emory had to play a 5-setter in the quarterfinals, a 5-setter in the semifinals as well. Johns Hopkins a sweep in the quarters. And yesterday, after winning 40 consecutive sets this year, the Blue Jays finally were slightly human, dropping one set to Trinity, but of course, most importantly, remained undefeated to punch their ticket into this championship game. Lincoln Rose with you here on NCAA.com. Great to have you with us for this final day on the Division III volleyball calendar, as we are live from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, one final time this week. As we started Thursday with 8 teams still in contention, continued to whittle that down to our top 2. And, of course, these are the top 2 seeds as determined by the NCAA committee when they reseeded the field of 8. And they're looking pretty smart right about now. Emory won national championships in 2008 and again last year in Pittsburgh on the campus of Duquesne. Their 7th straight year in the final weekend as they continue to be in the hunt each and every year. They just assume not wait another decade for that next trophy to take down to the showcase in Atlanta. And, of course, for the Blue Jays, uncharted territory for Johns Hopkins, looking for their first title, and they'll have to do it without 10% of their team. As Nicole Hada, another shoulder injury, it appeared yesterday, did not finish. Morgan Wu had to put on the libero top as she did for the first 15 matches of this year when Hada went down with a shoulder injury. Again, Nicole will not be available for this championship for Johns Hopkins. So that means a roster that arrived in Iowa with 10 Blue Jays is down to 9 for Coach Matt Troy. This has been an Eagles squad that has been loose. You have heard them throughout the concourse, throughout the hallways, ever since they arrived, ready to defend their championship one final day. And for the seniors of both programs, it's the first time this postseason they've known that this is the final time they'll put on the school colors, win or lose. The national championship is underway as Johns Hopkins will strike first. You see Morgan Wu wearing the mismatched white top as your libero here to close out the season. Back to serve, it is Natalie Aston. Rimmel able to get it back over. Into the block as Bliss able to come through. Well, Simone Bliss had herself quite the quarterfinal. Yesterday is a little slowed down, but still able to lead the Blue Jays to victory. Morgan McKnight ran into some opposition from Carthage in that national semifinal to slow her down That's when Leah Saunders stepped up, especially in that second set, with 6 aces on a double-digit run for the Eagles. Last year, the Eagles swept their way through that championship match against Calvin. Calvin in the semifinal had to play 5 sets. Now it's Emory coming off 10 sets over the last 2 days. Will that affect what they have in the tank here against the unbeaten Blue Jays? They'll go away from Bliss, and instead able to dial up the kill is Panagopoulos. Eleni, the sophomore out of, again, North Potomac, Maryland, the only player on the roster for Johns Hopkins from the same state as the campus there in Baltimore, Maryland. And an ace. What a start for the Blue Jays. Timeout. Defending champion Eagles. Emory has seen 5 points secured by the opposition here in our opening set of the Division III National Championship. National Coach of the Year, Jenny McDowell, calls that first timeout of this opening set. 24th year at the helm of the Eagles and 24 trips to the NCAA tournament to show for it. And the first miscue from Johns Hopkins, a service error. And that'll put an end to quite the run from behind the line from Aston, who will resume her setting responsibilities. A serve from Thompson, your libero for the defending champs. Saunders down the middle. That one's long. Eagles want a touch, and they will get that call from our officials here tonight. And Johns Hopkins asking for a clarification. We'll see if this results in an early challenge or not. And we do have our first reach for that green card from Matt Troy. He'll have them look at it again. The ruling on the court was there was a touch before that ball went out of play. Matt Troy, your Mid-Atlantic Region Coach of the Year. Again, his first year back with the Blue Jays after departing most recently for that job with Mary Washington. We saw him lead Mary Washington to Oshkosh, to the national quarterfinals a few years ago. And the question is, was there a touch of that left hand? Panagopoulos. The ruling was yes, and it would take a conclusive visual to the contrary. And for a touch, you're looking for whether her fingers are bending backwards or not. Or obvious change in the ball rotation. They're still looking at this. At the moment, the point for Emory off the touch call has them back within 3, winning the last 2 points. And the verdict is in. No touch. Successful challenge by Matt Troy. That'll take a point away from the Eagles. And puts Johns Hopkins up 6-1. McKnight over the block. Battle at the left pin as Kishton able to drive that one home down the line. Second team All-American as announced this week. Saunders from the back row. And again, they test out the new libero. Morgan Wu, though, suited up with that libero top 15 times to start the season after Nicole Hada was injured in the very first match this year. So nothing new for Morgan Wu. A service error, though, follows for Emory from Maureen Schick. And the lead is back to 5 early for Johns Hopkins. It's been a busy day for Johns Hopkins athletic department. Saw field hockey fall earlier today to Franklin and Marshall 3-1 in the national semifinals. As first kill of the championship for your first team all-conference outside hitter in the UAA, Tara McMartin. Kelsey Means will rotate in, the senior, to serve. That ball into the pin. It was 8-4, now 8-5 as Emory pulls back within 3. Able to send one around the block. Yeah, Johns Hopkins again came into this weekend at 32-0, probably wondering what would it take to be the number 1 seed. The problem was last year's national champion still in the hunt. So the 1 seed to Emory, 2 seed to Johns Hopkins. Yesterday, Johns Hopkins able to get past 6 seed Trinity. Emory went 5 against Carthage after taking the first 2 sets. They saw the next 2 slip away against the Lady Reds. Johns Hopkins saw the 3rd set go to Trinity. Again, snapping a 40 consecutive set victory run. And just able to poke it back over from Aston. Martin. Well, again, even when Morgan McKnight, the All-American, rotates off, Eagles have a lot of options. And Tara Martin's always a good one. Serve from Saunders. Again, had 6 aces in that second set alone yesterday. And she'll continue her service here. The left-hander. Into the block, Rimmel. Denies. It'll come back her way. Now Martin tools it off the block, and Emory's back within 2 after trailing by as many as 5. 3rd kill already for Martin. It was just a freshman last year in Pittsburgh. Saunders continues her service, your MVP of the UAA. University Athletic Association. Emory is accustomed to playing on a national stage. That conference has been traveling quite a bit around the country. And Saunders has pulled Emory within 1. And that ball is ruled in. And Simone Bliss had seen enough. Opening set of the national championship here in Division III. Martin with the kill will rotate out. Carr will come on to serve, and again that allows Morgan McKnight to come back in along the net. That'll make it 12-10, Johns Hopkins. Back up by 2. Serve from Aston, one of 2 first-team All-Americans, 3 total for the Blue Jays. McKnight off the block. Picks up her second kill early on. She's one of the seniors putting on the school colors one final time. Bliss. Double-digit kills each of the last 2 days, despite only playing 3 sets and 4 sets respectively. And Bliss now back to serve. Again, Simone, a junior out of Claremont, California. Right out of the backyard of a pretty good volleyball program. Thompson to McKnight. Morgan found plenty of sport court to work with on that back row. As the Eagles back within 1. And we are level at 13. So despite a slow start in which Johns Hopkins took the first 5, it is a brand new opening set. Eagles looking for their first lead, and Saunders will take it. Second kill for the junior, but a service ace will give it right back, 14-all. And Emory with 2 national championships, also national runner-up in 2010 to Calvin and 2014 to Hope most recently. They would just assume claim another gold as opposed to silver. Before dropping a set yesterday to Trinity, Johns Hopkins was last seen dropping a set in October 17th. They've only dropped 8 sets now on the year. Emory trying to take 3 in one night. "13 straight sweeps for these Blue Jays. Until yesterday. Martin denied. Blue Jays with defense back up by 1, 16-15. "769 victories for Jenny McDowell. Looking for 770. Each of these teams looking for its 35th victory on the year. Blue Jays back up by 2, 17-15. Saunders. That'll pull the Eagles back within one. Into the block off of Bliss. 17 all. A serve from Means. Another one of your seniors for the Eagles. Saunders comes flying in, that time denied. Block up front from Lauren Anthony. And the Blue Jays again inch ahead by one. Just like that, we are getting close to these critical points here in the first frame. Rimmel. Saunders able to clean things up. Johns Hopkins has only dropped the first set twice this year. The only two times that the Blue Jays have had to come from behind in a match. Eagles would do themselves a great service if they want to repeat as champions, finding a way to claim this first frame. Martin into the block. Nice recovery on the back row by Schick. Bliss able to find space. Cross-court shot, good for the kill. That's her fourth. Lauren Anthony, a big block earlier, the sophomore out of Oklahoma with the serve here. How hard did Rimmel hit that ball? They ricocheted right back for a free ball, and the Eagles bury it. We have seen several other undefeated teams make it this far, but to date only twice have they prevailed on the final day. Saunders. They'll go to Morgan McKnight. Playable. Who will be the first to 20? Bliss inches the Blue Jays back up by one. Possibly 5 points away from taking the first set here in the national championship. And Natalie Aston helped the Blue Jays to a 5-0 start. And there will be no return here from Emory. Timeout. Eagles, they trail by 2, and all of a sudden we are in the very late points of this first set. Johns Hopkins needs just 4 more to take their first frame and their first ever national. Final timeout taken for Emory this set. The first one was effective. Remember, they were down 5-0 to start this frame. Able to fight back, and we have been trading leads ever since. Right now, though, is Johns Hopkins leading 21-19 over Emory. And you don't have to have a good enough SAT math score to understand the implications there. to get into either of these two schools. Both these student athletes, fantastic educations, and one of them will happen to also be a national champion. Aston. Remember, Johns Hopkins is without their starting libero, Hada. And the Eagles will drop the next point. No timeouts left this set for Emory. Just able to keep it inside the pin. The effort from Cassie Serb. And that one long. Cassie Serb, the freshman, who's playing for her first ever national championship, refuses to give up on this ball right at the antenna and somehow sneaks it back inside. Serve from Thompson. And Bliss with the air. Just like that, Eagles back within one. Thompson this year, the senior out of Tallahassee, Florida, second team all-conference, continues her serve. Panagopoulos is wide. 22 apiece. It's a sprint to 3. Must win by 2. Back to Panagopoulos this time, secures the point. 23-22, Johns Hopkins. Already a couple of trophies from the Centennial Conference this year. A regional title from last weekend. Looking for one more championship, the national title. As McKnight will step off the sport court out of play. Unable to retrieve that one, and is set point for Johns Hopkins. Bliss with the serve. McKnight. And with the Blue Jays under the net. It is still set point, but Emory with the serve. Timeout, Johns Hopkins. Eagles will have to think about it for a moment. As again, 24-23. First set still underway here in Cedar Rapids. Emory. And right now, 34-2, 6-1 in conference. Claimed the automatic bid out of the UAA at the expense of Chicago, one of the thought to be top couple of teams in the nation at the time. That match went 5. Both these programs have been tested, obviously, especially here this weekend. Johns Hopkins ran into upset-minded 6-seed Trinity yesterday. Tigers were the only team with an upset in the quarterfinals based on seeding, at least. But the top 2 seeds survived. And here they are colliding for a national championship. Johns Hopkins back up by 1. Surrendered a point a moment ago to Emory. And you're looking at a freshman who's not feeling any pressure. As Cassie Serb looking to level this one. Again, any kind of error gives this set to Johns Hopkins. Saunders. Still playable for Wu. That ball drops in for the Blue Jays. And set 1 will go their way as well. 2 sets shy of a national championship to take back to Baltimore. Sometimes better to be lucky than good. Although both these teams, pretty good. 25-23, the first set goes to Johns Hopkins. Last year, it was a sweep to the national championship for Emory in that final match against Calvin. In fact, the last 4 national championship matches all went the minimum 3 sets. Emory looking to change a little bit of history. Last time we had a first-time national champion, which would be the case with Johns Hopkins, was just 2 years ago with Claremont Mudscripts when we were in Grand Rapids on the campus of Calvin. They swept their way past Wittenberg on that final day. Emory with the serve, looking for a quicker start than in that opening set. There will be no shortcut this year for Emory, playing 5 sets in the quarterfinals, 5 sets yesterday. And they will have to play at least 4 here in the championship to repeat. Bliss will get the Blue Jays the first point. Her 7th kill already. Aston. And the Californian a little long. Cannot overstate the obstacle that Johns Hopkins is having to overcome without their everyday libero back there. And right on cue, the serve receive from Wu. And Bliss, more of the same. It's a Johns Hopkins roster, as we've dwelled on, with only 10 players. That's when Hada is healthy. That's not enough to go 6-on-6 in practice, but it is enough to go 34-0 and maybe 35-0. Into the block up front from Carr. Touch off of Carr this time, stays with the Eagles. Now McKnight from the left pin. And both Bliss and Wu pursue that one. Neither could get to it. No sweat. These two teams will split the first 2 points. And it's Johns Hopkins back up by 1. We have not had a repeat champion since that Central Iowa program won 3 in a row from 1998 to 2000 with that undefeated season sandwiched in between. Coach Clayberg, of course, with that great dynasty. Before that, we saw Terry Clemens and her Wash U Bears win 6 in a row. So Emory back within 1. Let's serve for an ace. Courtesy of Maureen Schick, senior out of Wisconsin. And a let's serve, and it'll prove to be another ace. After a double hit is called. And the Blue Jays have us even at 5. Juniata was the last team to win a title and make it back to the final. They won that 04 championship, came back in 2005, but fell to Wisconsin Whitewater. Already an impressive feat for Emory to get back this year. losing talent, including Maddie Arliss from last year's championship, but we've seen freshmen like Cassie Serb stepping in, of course, replacing Sydney Leinbach from last year's middle as well. That's where we've seen Maggie Rimmel, as well as some time from Finn Wilkins helping combine to fill that void. Matt Troy will have just 2 seniors to replace. Now he may choose to fill a few more roster spots. But another ace for Emory. And all of a sudden, the Eagles up by 2. As Means continues her work from behind the service line. And just couldn't get that one to crawl over. Blue Jays back within 1. Again, Kishton, second-team All-American out of Mountain View, California. One of 4 Californians on this 10-person roster for Johns Hopkins. That ball is in. Leah Saunders driving it into that back row. Emory bench having fun with this. Just outside your shots, so makeshift CPR. A nice recovery by Ashton. Look, just get that ball over any way you can. Force the other team to execute. First kill for Ashton. Serve from Anthony. Good communication. Thompson sends it over. Bliss. Simone Bliss. Already with kill number 9 early in this second set of the match. Martin. Free ball for the Eagles. Can they take advantage? Bliss with the dig. Oh, what a heads-up decision by Cassie Serb. Again, your Rookie of the Year out of the UAA this year, first team all-conference as well. The setter realized that everybody just assumed she would go through the motions, setting up a teammate instead. She puts it away. Still a chance to get it over. Bliss able to do so. Bliss from the attack line. Double-digit kills for the junior. Almost jumping out of her shoes. And Blue Jays able to take advantage of the miscue. Johns Hopkins back up by 1. Already 1 set in their back pocket. Rimmel gets it past Bliss. Maggie Rimmel out of Pittsburgh, won that national championship last year in her backyard. That was as a sophomore, now back as a junior in the final game of the year. Thompson. Bliss took it down a few notches as we get the double hit violation on Emory. That point probably was not going to end well regardless, as that ball was going to sail wide and over the net, unplayable. And that ball is just in from McKnight for the kill. Quiet 6 points for Morgan so far. just wide from Eleni. Eagles back up by 1, trailing by a set. Go back to Saunders. Oh, excellent dig on the back row from Carr. And Leah puts it away. A seed right into the floor from Saunders. Off the antenna. 13-12. So again, Morgan Wu yesterday in that third set, then later in the fourth set. Forced into the match, back as the libero. Service error there. Midway through this second frame. 25-23. The first one went the way of the number 2 seed, Johns Hopkins, on your right. Your defending national champions on your left. As Martin puts another one away. That'll send us to an official timeout here in this second set. Emory the first to 15. Right now a 3-point lead. However, the defending national champions, unlike a year ago, have already dropped a set this year. Standing in their way, unbeaten. Johns Hopkins trying to improve to 35-0. Those Blue Jays began their journey here in Cedar Rapids with a sweep of the Bennies of the College of St. Benedict. Yesterday, took the first 2 sets from Trinity. Tigers, season on the line, your 6th seed, took then set number 3. The Blue Jays bounced back even without their starting libero, Nicole Hada, who is unavailable in this championship match, has her arm in a sling. But while she had to leave the arena for those final 2 sets last night, she is on the bench with her teammates trying to cheer them on to a national championship. In her place, Morgan Wu wearing the mismatched top as the libero for Coach Troy. This was the first ever trip to the national quarterfinals, let alone semifinals, and of course today, maiden voyage into the national championship match for this Johns Hopkins volleyball program. Dominance in their own conference for the past 4 years since joining the Centennial. Going 46-2 all time during that stretch. Giving themselves chances to earn berths into the NCAA tournament. All 7 of their NCAA postseason trips have now come this past decade. A program on the rise, looking for the ultimate prize here in Cedar Rapids. Nice stab by Panagopoulos over the double block to the back row. The Eagles able to send it back over to Bliss. Martin, that ball's in. 16-13. Again, that was an official timeout a moment ago. The first to 15 sent us there, that being Emory. So no charge timeouts to either team yet here in this frame. Both coaches with their allotment of 2. We have seen one challenge so far today. Both coaches have 3. If we make it to a 5th set, they'll get a bonus challenge. As Johns Hopkins was successful in that first set on a review. An error from the Blue Jays has them trailing by 4, their largest deficit here in these first 2 sets. To the left pin, that ball's in off the right hand of Kishton. Understand when these two teams get together, half of the players on the court are All-Americans. 3 for the Eagles, 3 for the Blue Jays. At the end of the day, half of these two teams will be national champion. Bliss. Shut down initially, nice follow-up. Able to put it away, Anthony. One of the 2 big sophomores on this roster. No slump here. And struggle on the serve receive. Blue Jays back within 1. Nice run here for Johns Hopkins now. Trailed by 4, now back within 1. That deficit will double. If it's anything like the second set yesterday, Leah Saunders could be behind that line for a while. But it's not yesterday. Second kill for Aston. Well, for the first time this weekend, there's no team in the stands scouting these 2 programs. This is it. There is no next match. This was the day that everybody in the country wanted to play on this sport court in Cedar Rapids. Timeout, Emory. They have seen a 4-point lead evaporate, already down by 1 set. Johns Hopkins inches ahead, 19. Emory calls the timeout after a 4-point lead has turned into a 1-point deficit late in this first set. And again, Morgan Wu has done a nice job as your libero. And the reason why, again, yesterday in the 3rd set, Nicole Hata went diving for a ball full speed as she has all year long, but the Hawaiian slow to get back up. And concern immediately for her teammates. She would have to leave the arena for the rest of the match to be tended to. And you see the evidence that has her wing in that sling out in this championship match. Simply a spectator. Martin. As the Eagles respond out of that timeout. 7th kill for Martin. Sets up the serve now for Finn Wilkins. You're a junior out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Again, both these universities, both these athletic departments attract from across the country. Both competitive in the classroom and on the athletic arena. Bliss went up for the stop. She saw Rimmel eyeing that ball. Simone able to get to it first. Blue Jays took the first set, 25-23. Trying to go up 2-0. Rimmel gets to this one. Eagles looking for their 28th Division III National Championship in team sports. Third in volleyball, potentially. Bliss. Back to Simone. Twelfth kill for Bliss, and they still need more. She'll take her complimentary dribbles before her serve, up by 2 here in this second set. McKnight. And she was not intimidated by that double block coming her way. Got the quicker launch. And the 7th put away for Morgan. Back to McKnight. It's long. Wu knew where she was on the court. 23-21. And it'll be Morgan Wu to serve. But first, timeout, Emory. Again, the Eagles down by 1 set here in the national championship. Looking to avoid going down 0-2. Johns Hopkins trying to close out this second set, leading 23-21. Emory calling its final timeout of the set. They responded with a point. The last time Jenny McDowell called a timeout, again, her top assistant with her, Brianna Jones, Jonah Braden, Kyle Landegren, all back on the staff from last year's championship. Amy Petrides, the assistant for Matt Troy. Well, that's 1 point. Can Emory now level this and then take a lead here late in set number 2? Schick. We'll go back to that left pin, right down the line. She was blocked the first time, but the All-American Kishton makes it 24-22. For a second straight set here in the national championship, it's the Blue Jays serving for set point. Panagopoulos. Eagles could not afford to let that one go. Saunders denied, and the Blue Jays will not be. They lead 2-0. Johns Hopkins looking to sweep their way to the national championship. Possibly just 25 points away. First two sets go to the undefeated Blue Jays of Johns Hopkins, your number 2 seed this weekend. A reminder, again, the last 4 championship matches have only gone the minimum 3. Now the 3 prior to that went the distance. Eagles trying to go 5. They'll have to if they are going to defend their national championship successfully. Otherwise, we will have a first-time national champion. Now, this has been the Emory Eagles all week. Despite 10 sets already on those legs coming into tonight, you would not be able to tell at any point whether they are trailing in a match. An even group, an energetic group. Again, Lincoln Rose back with you here on NCAA.com. Big thanks to Peter and Brett back in the truck. Greg, Eric, Jax, Rob, all spread throughout the arena. Our crew over these 3 days in Cedar Rapids. And also happy birthday, Dad, as we get ready for this potentially final set of the 2019 Division III volleyball season. Now, Blue Jays want to end it right here, and obviously, again, the Eagles would just assume we stick around a little longer. Serve belongs to, again, the first-team All-American, Natalie Aston. Already 3 aces tonight through those first 2 sets for Natalie. Martin sitting on 8 kills. Emory needs more. Johns Hopkins, 24 points away from a national championship, potentially. These programs out of the University Athletic Association as well as the Centennial Conference. Both great ambassadors for those 2 leagues. A must-win set for Emory. It would be followed by a must-win set number 4 as well, as they level it early, 1 apiece. Serve here from Means. Bliss rolls one, but Martin was there. Saunders is long on her cross-court shot. And it's Johns Hopkins back up by 1. And a service error from Bliss. Junior Saunders. Off the tape. And that's going to affect how you read that ball. Saunders had already committed to dive for it. But despite the effort, unable to get there. Serve from Wu. Bliss with the dig. They'll go for one pin to the other. The other being Tara Martin, your 5'9" outside hitter. Just a sophomore, but already an All-American. As they'll bring Logan Van Rieken on to serve, the junior out of Las Vegas. Even 3 points apiece in this third set. And Emory now up by one. Well, Emory is going to have to go 5 sets for a third straight day if they are going to have a chance at a third national championship and go back-to-back. Right now they're mopping up a spot on the court on Johns Hopkins' side of the net. And it appears we're ready to go once again. As the service error will level us at 4 points apiece. I'll go to Rimmel on that right pin, a little strong. Couldn't get that ball to die down in the corner. A block up front gives the Blue Jays now a 2-point edge. And a possible closeout third set as the pair of Jays put it away. Finn Wilkins will come in the middle for Emory here. A 6'2" junior, adding some size to the net. They're going to set McKnight, who goes into the block, denied by Ashton. This time combines with Anthony. And a dump from Serb. 6 apiece. And with a little room to spare, that ball in. Putting the Blue Jays up by 1. 5th kill now from Kishton. Well, Bliss and the Blue Jays have measured this court. Another precise shot right to the edge of that back row. And just miscommunication. And this is our greatest discrepancy here of this third set. Unfortunately for Emory, down by 2 sets. They trail by 3 now here. 9-6 in a must-win third set in the national championship match as your defending champions are on the ropes. Yesterday, the 7th time that Jenny McDowell had taken Emory to the national semifinals. Mentioned it's a program with 2 national championships over the last 11 years. Looking for their 3rd, but what a comeback it would require. Right now, Johns Hopkins, unbeaten this season, 34-0, leads 2-0. And an ace coming out of the timeout. Blue Jays lead is up to 4. 27 of the Blue Jays' 34 victories this year have been via the sweep. Of course, yesterday was an exception, going 4 sets. And Ashton continues to do work defensively there for Johns Hopkins. And they'll finally bury it. Well, this is a point in a match where we see a lot of teams all of a sudden just run sprinting to the finish line. Up by 5 in a closeout 3rd set. Bliss with her 15th kill. It's up to Emory to tap the brakes here. And Morgan McKnight's always a good option. Her 8th kill. As she and Saunders tied for the team lead. They'll need more of that. Meanwhile, Bliss has doubled them with 16 putaways. McKnight. Aston with another block. Over the block and in. Morgan McKnight with the perfect adjustment. The second go-round. She'll take a seat with her 9th kill. As the serve will belong to Maureen Schick. And, well, first we're going to have a challenge on that last point. Second challenge today, they've both come from Matt Troy. He was successful on his first one. He only has 1 remaining unless they go to a 5th set. He is not interested in going to a 5th set. Again, his assistant, Amy Petrides. Meanwhile, Emory, we mentioned the returning coaches. Kennedy Bryan also on the staff with Chris Brewer this year. A short review. And the call confirmed. So Emory back within 4. Again, Johns Hopkins has 1 review left over these next 2 sets. A dump from Ashton, but Eagles were ready. Now Bliss. 17 kills for Simone Bliss. Timeout, Emory. You can't let this continue. Down by 5 and potentially the final set of the season and absolutely the final match of the season. Either the Eagles or the Blue Jays will be crowned national champion. Well, after losing the previous challenge on the ensuing point, Blue Jays able to bounce right back, take this to a 5-point lead. 17 kills for Simone Bliss. As all the Centennial coaches who are not here watching back at home, they've seen that time and time again. Serve from Natalie Aston. Looking for her fourth ace. Won't come this time. As Eleni Panagopoulos able to put it away, her 8th kill. The lead is at 6 now for Johns Hopkins. Saunders able to get it over. Oh, off the touch from Wilkins. Eagles able to recover. Martin sends it back, and Wu with a diving stab. Saunders into the block. Gets the point back for the Eagles. (25-23, 25-22). The first two sets went the way of Johns Hopkins, your team in all black today. And a ball into the net from Emory. And that window for a comeback is getting narrower. And even without Hada on the floor, Johns Hopkins leading the way. Wu in her stead, just unable to keep that ball playable. Sixth kill for Reynolds. Saunders behind the line, and they need some magic from Leah. Off the block, carried wide. Emory with the point. 10th kill for Martin. Eagles need a run. As Jessica Schwenke emerges, the junior out of Austin, Texas, with the serve. As Serb fires with her left arm, and a 4-hit violation on Johns Hopkins pulls Emory within 4. Service continues for the junior here. Schwenke went to Westlake High School. That's the high school that produced Drew Brees. Drew not known for his volleyball talents. Just the second kill for Lauren Anthony this match. But it'll push them back to a 5-point cushion here in set 3. A low serve. McKnight. Back to Morgan. Into the block and no ability to recover. Natalie Aston, again, can do a little bit of everything and a few more things. Your setter, the All-American, with some defense up front, shutting things down. 6-point cushion. Rimmel. That one will reverberate through the arena. An ace. A few more of those, please. if Emory is going to make a comeback here. Their libero at the line, Elise Thompson. Her final time to put on that libero top. Obviously, they were ready for McKnight that time. Natalie Aston. McKnight was not allowed to be the hero in yesterday's victory in those 5 sets. Carthage had some nice matchups working against her. And right now, Johns Hopkins owning that net. McKnight again, realizing that block was coming, and then in the net, though. We'll give this to your number 1 seed. Need to be able to string points together now. Emory will try to regroup here defensively. Meanwhile, Johns Hopkins all of a sudden is within 5 points potentially of its first national championship. Back to McKnight. He's able to get to that net quicker than the block. This time shut down by Anthony. Bliss down the line. Now the magic number is 4. 18 kills in fewer than 3 sets of work from Simone Bliss. But an error from Johns Hopkins will again keep Emory around a little longer. Your defending national champions playing in the final match of the year, but down 2 sets and trailing by 5 here in set number 3. Saunders. They'll go away from Bliss this time, over to Aston. Now to Bliss. And that is her 19th. Well, last year this was Emory sprinting to the finish line past Calvin. Calvin coming off a semifinal in which it played those 5 sets. Instead, here are the Eagles, having played 10 over the last 2 days. Martin looking for her 11th kill. In case you tuned in late, her name is Simone Bliss, and she has 20 kills in the first 3 sets of the national championship. She did not go unrecognized this year. First team All-American and potentially a national champion. Serve from another All-American. Aston goes long. And there's the narrowest of windows for a comeback for the Eagles. Step 1, win your serve. Here's Finn Wilkins. .21 for Bliss. It is match point. Johns Hopkins 1 point shy of being national champions. And who better to have the ball in her hands? For the first time in school history, Johns Hopkins is national champion. But Emory will tap the brakes for a moment and challenge the last point. At the moment, 25-17 the score here in this third set. For the first time tonight, Jenny McDowell reaches for that green card. They're asking for a touch, and I think they're going to get one. Now, mind you, it would still be set point with Emory serving. Blue Jays with a cushion here, but this at least extends the season. At least for one more. We'll get the official decision. (24-18). The call is reversed. It is still match point. What can Leah Saunders and the Eagles do here? For a third time in Division III history, we have perfection. And for a first time, the Blue Jays at Johns Hopkins at 35-0 are national champions. They knock off the defending national champs. And what a year for the 10 members of this program. And their returning first-year head coach, Matt Troy. Folks, stay with us. We will have the championship ceremony here in Cedar Rapids. A passing of the torch of sorts. Last year's national champs from Pittsburgh falling to this year's champion here in Cedar Rapids. Johns Hopkins making its first ever trip to the national quarterfinals, figured to stick around to the semis, and their first ever now national championship berth, a successful one. Johns Hopkins' last loss, again, was in the second round of the NCAA tournament last year to Bowdoin. 35 matches later, 35 victories later, Johns Hopkins is number one. We step aside for a moment. When we come back, the championship and runners-up ceremonies here in Cedar Rapids. You're watching live coverage on NCAA.com.
NCAA Division III Women's Volleyball Championship All-Tournament Team. The 2019 Championship All-Tournament Team includes Emily Ellis from Trinity University, Megan Merritt from Carthage College, Tara Martin from Emory University, Leah Saunders from Emory University, Natalie Aston from Johns Hopkins University, Louisa Kishin from Johns Hopkins University. And the 2000 Most Outstanding Player 2019 is Simone Bliss from Johns Hopkins University.
Simone Bliss recognized as your most outstanding player. 21 kills here in the national championship. All tournament team members from both of these two squads recognized. You have to update the answer to the trivia question of which teams have gone unbeaten through the course of a Division III championship run. Again, the first back in 1992, Wash U at 40-0. Most recently, before today, 1999, Central Iowa at 41-0. And of course, for just a third time in school history, or pardon me, third time in NCAA Division III history, Johns Hopkins University. Well, listen in as the runners-up out of Atlanta, Georgia, the Emory Eagles, national champions from a year ago. Runners-up this year are recognized, then followed by the championship trophy ceremony with the Blue Jays.
The NCAA Associate Director of Championships and Special Olympic athletes Haley Schumacher and Ashley Courtney. We begin with the second place team, the Eagles of Emory University. Team members include number 1, Katie Hume. Number 2, Jessica Schwenke. Number 4, Cassie Surd. Number 5, Kelsey Hopkins. Number 6, Morgan McKnight. Number 19, Elise Thompson. Number 11, Maureen Schick. Number 12, Logan Van Riepen. Number 13, Kaya Johnson. Number 16, Amanda Meyer. Number 17, Charlize Blair. Number 20, Claire Johan. Number 21, Leah Saunders. Number 22, Lynn Wilkins. Number 24, Sarah Carr. Number 26, Maggie Rimmel. Number 27, Tara Martin. Athletic trainer, Sarah Colonel. Assistant coach, Kyle Langergan. Assistant coach, Jonna Braden. Assistant coach, Brianna Jones. And head coach, Jenny McDowell. Fans, let's have a round of applause for Emory University, the 2019 Atlanta, Georgia Regional Champion, and this year's National Runner-Up. Now it's time to recognize the 2019 NCAA Division III Women's Volleyball National Champion, the Blue Jays of Johns Hopkins University. The team members include number 2, Rachel DePensier. Number 5, Lauren Anthony. Number 6, Hannah Porcelain. Number 10, Nicole Hada. Number 12, Lenny Panagopoulos. Number 13, Natalie Eston. Number 14, Simone Bliss. Number 15, Louisa Kishton. Number 18, Annalisa O'Neill. Number 19, Morgan Fu. Administrator Brent Kelly. Sports Information Director Matt Lawrence. Athletic Trainer Sarah Lagatz. Assistant Coach Amy Pedritas. And the head coach, Matt Troy. Will Hannah Porcelain and Louisa Kishton please come forward to accept the team trophy? Congratulations to John Hopkins 2019 NCAA Division III Women's Volleyball National Champions.
What a run in 2019 for Johns Hopkins. We saw them win 40 straight sets. We only saw them trail in 2 matches all year by a set, as this was a team making their way to their first ever national quarterfinal, and they are the only team in the NCAA tournament to finish their year with a victory, and of course with it, a national championship trophy to take back to campus. Again, a big thanks to our entire NCAA.com crew, all the individuals here in Cedar Rapids who helped put on this event. A fantastic set of memories for these young women and all of our participants as a result. But congratulations, last team standing, 35-0. The Blue Jays of Johns Hopkins are your 2019 Division III Volleyball National Champions.